Hello everyone, welcome back to the Talos Principle 2. Last time, we did all the puzzles in this world, and we tried to find some flames for statues, and failed miserably, and I still have no ideas. I have not edited the previous episode, so there may be a green source somewhere in here that I haven't seen, but I don't know where it is, and for now, I'm just going to move on to the next world. So before the video starts, I thought I would talk about some of my philosophical views, because I've been sort of reacting to everything the game has given to me, and given my thoughts on, okay, this character says this, what do I think? Oh yeah, that's a cool idea. Trevor says this, what do I think? Oh, Leaf this year says this, what do I think? But I haven't really talked about what are the views that I actually have. I have kind of a little bit, but there's a little bit more. So I thought I would share that now. And if you're not interested, that's totally fine. You can skip ahead. I won't do any puzzles or anything while I'm talking about this. So, actually, how do I get back? There's just over there, okay. So it starts with my views on what is reality. Back to Talos 1. And we all know the phrase, reality is what doesn't go away when you stop believing in it. The problem is, everybody says, yeah, therefore, my religion is reality. Or, yeah, therefore, scientific materialism is reality. And I didn't want to fall into that trap. So I thought, you know, what really is unavoidable when we stop believing it? What is really unavoidable that we cannot, that comes back and affects us? And the answer that I came up with is consequences. Cause and effect. Actions and consequences. That is what reality is made of. And so if reality at its foundation is cause and effect, the next logical conclusion is that all of reality operates according to a principle of evolution. That is, everything changes over time. And we can have, there's a lot of assumptions in this, of course, like, you know, what does it mean for something to be cause and effect, and, you know, does time exist? You know, I'm not that detailed. I'm not a pro philosopher. I just have views. So we're going to sort of gloss over the nitty-gritty details and just tell you what my views are. So after cause and effect is evolution, and evolution means that everything changes. There is no such thing as a normal. You know, when things get back to normal, that doesn't really mean anything. It just means things returned to how they were before. There's no such thing as normal. And when things change, there can become a new normal. And of course, the evidence of history and scientific history bear this out. The entire universe is changing. The future is made of that which is created and that which survives. And that explains why most things exist and why all things happen. And so this idea of the way things are supposed to be, or, you know, the right way for things, or the truth of something, I don't know how to end that sentence, but like, you know, the true way of living, those ideas don't make sense. Because change is everywhere. Change is always. Alright, so that's reality. What about the questions of what do we do? So this also comes to a sort of a bedrock theory, my view of us and the basics of being in existence. Conscious existence is an interplay between self and others. So we are a self existing in a world, and we are driven by desires and motives and many unconscious things. And we live in a world with others. Other conscious beings, other things that are not us. You know, the environment could count as an other. Complex things, dangerous things, storms, planets, ecosystems, they could all count as others. You know, I don't know how consciousness works exactly, but I do think that we'll have theories for it in the future. I suspect that consciousness is in a lot more places than we think it is. Like, we think consciousness is in humans and animals, and maybe that's about it. I think consciousness is in a lot more places. And I'm not going to defend that, it's just going to put it out as a thing that I believe. Like, I think the weather could have consciousness, I think maybe the stock market has consciousness, I think ecosystems could have consciousness. You know, if you just think about what's a brain, it's a bunch of neurons connected, and that's conscious. Well, what are other things that are connected in similar ways, with similar complexity? And I think, well, why not those things be conscious too? Yeah, so that was a long way of saying that existence is an interplay between self and others, between the desires and motives of the self and the desires and motives of others. And when we meet others, we see ourselves, we recognize, at least as humans, we recognize ourselves as others in the eyes of the others. And so from those kinds of interactions come all the things of humanity and culture and society, morality, religion, notions of beauty and greatness, all the subjective things. So yeah, that's basically my ideas on all the big themes that have been talked about in this game, at least. And then my ideas on death, which, you know what? I'll talk about that some other time. It's complicated. It'll take a while. Let's get to the game. We're going to a new zone. Travel the South 2.
You know, I always kind of resented Byron for being so charming and charismatic. The dashing explorer. And one of the first companions, too. Being the voice of caution is not a fun role to play. Always having to be the responsible one, the killjoy. The one who says, maybe that's too much. But sometimes it is too much.
It's not your fault, Al.
Oh, good response, Jack. Responding to the emotion of the words rather than the content of them. It's flying! It's floating! We got ourselves a gold ship!
In this area, we have an especially weird
just
problem.
not connected to the ground.
Something in one of the labs is going completely bananas, and I can't shut it down because I'm not, well, you.
Yeah.
Come find me when you're ready.
Okay. I want to look around.
Language libraries and bananas.
Well, that is one thing I'm glad has survived to the next iteration of humans. Yes, the desert island. So, wait, we heard from Miranda and Athena that this part of the island was completely barren, right? Wasn't it completely barren? And now there's stuff growing on it. So they succeeded. It does feel quite strange to have a place like this so close to, like, Arctic mountains. Although maybe not. Maybe if it's high enough in the mountains, then it doesn't count. No, it's not. It's at sea level. Huh. Alright, let's go into puzzle number 1 to see what we got today. Mountaineer. Hey, I see what it is. We got artificial gravity in puzzles. It's just a tall gate. Oh, hey. That was weird. Alright, now we can go to the ceiling. Ow. To actually press the jump button to do that. Okay, abrupt change of view. What is this? Grav shifter. What? So... Oh, I see. We can create a gravity beam onto these plates. Ah. New element unlocked. So where's something we can grab to? Not there, really. I bet we kind of want... Oh! Oh, nice! I wonder if we can yoink that into a place that's good for us, like into here. Oh, we don't need to. Haha. So we got ourselves a connector. Why did I not consider that the grav shifter could also manipulate the gravity of non-living objects? Okay. So, is it as simple as this? Oh yeah, we have to select our goal. Yeah. And now we're done. Grav shifter puzzle conquered. And they put down the fences just for us.
Is a kind of melody. Maybe that's why we respond to music the way we do. Because we recognize something that can't be expressed in any other way. And when we play music, we participate in something ancient, in an act of creation.
Oh yeah, I think J.R. Tolkien would agree with you. Nothing new to say, alright. Yeah, so the foundations of reality. Another thing I thought of is that... Ooh, frogs. Lots of frogs. They're respawning frogs! Respawning frogs! Okay. That was definitely a squirrel moment. Yeah. But Athena saying that the foundational layer of reality as a language absolutely comes from the fact that she grew up in a simulation created by language. So yeah, that is a prime example of people's philosophies being, you know, when we think we're philosophizing about objective things, it's like philosophical projection. We take our view of what we know and project it, and as if all of reality is that thing. By the way, there's a person over here. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah. The language of reality. Language of reality is a way of saying the basic way to represent reality. There are many languages of reality. There's music, there's art, there's words, there's math. You know, a lot of scientists along the same way as this is. I don't know if the writers intended this, but if they did, it's really good. A lot of scientists say they think reality is made of math, and that's the exact same thing as Athena saying reality is made of a language. But yeah, all these different things are representations of reality, and all of them. None of them is more true than any other. They're all true, and they all say things that can't be expressed in any of the other languages.
Come on, out with it. What's the problem?
I know you're very busy, but you need to pay more attention to what's happening. Everything's slowing down. People are losing track of the bigger picture.
They're still traumatized by New Alexandria.
It's more than that. When I organized the last expedition, I had real trouble finding volunteers. There's no enthusiasm for the outside world anymore. They want to look away from history, pretend there's no past and no future. I'm really worried, Athena.
Okay. I promise I'll look into it as soon as I'm done with this.
Okay, a little bit into the history, the backstory of the game. Alright, what direction is that? I can't even see the beam from here. It's kind of that way. So, like, past this puzzle? Oh, maybe this is more into the big area? There's so many of these. Just find them left and right.
Today, for the first time, I synthesized life.
Whoa!
It was just a unicellular cyanobacterium, but the sheer complexity of even such a simple organism is breathtaking. Creating it from pure energy I was filled with a sense of awe and majesty. A sense that what I was doing was sacred. It made me think about the enormous power of life. 2.5 billion years ago, these simple beings terraformed the entire planet, creating the oxygen that underlies the Earth's incredible biodiversity, wiping out thousands of other species, but making the future possible.
Yo, that is seriously impressive. That is seriously impressive. We have not, IRL, been able to make any life at all. We've kind of been able to shoehorn it by putting the guts of one bacteria into the shell of another, but that doesn't really count. Also, and it's sort of like, you know, along the idea, I think I'm right. I think that Miranda and Athena have ascended and become like gods and taken on the personas of gods. Or is this Prometheus flame? I'm looking for it. And then also, of course, there's the notion that, there it is, that humanity is not the first species to cause a mass extinction, and the world has recovered. So yeah, I mean, even as a staunch environmentalist myself, it's not just because, like, oh, humans are wrecking things, that's bad, but no, it's very much a responsibility thing, and it's very important to recognize the history of life. I have to go up there. I think I have to go up there. Here we go. And that we are one part in the chain of life, and no matter how bad, no matter what we do, and like how bad we, quote, mess up, depending on how much you think we're messing up, the world will still be here without us, and life will continue on without us, evolution will continue on without us, or with the way that we change. So it's never been the problem has never been the idea that we are going to make all life go extinct, or that we are going to make ourselves go extinct, because I don't think we have the capability of making humans go extinct. But yeah, I think I see what they're going for with this. They're sort of saying, like, in order to do good things, in order to do great things, we have to take risks. And taking risks means sometimes the bad thing happens. And you know, that's something that I have been learning myself in my real life, is that sometimes you have to take risks, and sometimes you have to be willing to let the bad thing happen. And how do you gain courage and take risks and also be responsible at the same time? That is the big question of acting, of doing things. It's the big question of doing things, which is, you know, if you exist, then you gotta be doing things. Because to exist is to do things. Anyway, hope some of that made sense. I sort of forgot, my brain is kind of turned off and I don't remember what I was saying, but I think I finished my point. Anyway, we're following the ferry. It's taking us back to Prometheus. We're going a nice roundabout path. Oh. We're getting there soon. I think he's right over here. There he is. You going up there? Drat. Now I have to go up there. And the music's gonna fade out before I can get there. Come on. Maybe it won't. Maybe I can keep the music going. Yeah! I like this music. Where are you going now? I can't go up there. Okay. Here we are. Okay, I have to get up there now. Alright. What have you got for me today, Prometheus? Give me a saying.
You must yearn for a better world. Yearn for it with such intensity that your heart suffers. Keep your eyes on that distant vision even when you know that you may never reach it.
Definitely an idea worth considering. I mean, I kind of do that in my writing books, so I sort of have a parallel. I sort of do that and don't do that. Like, I do that when I'm writing my books, but I don't do that when I'm deciding what to do tomorrow. When I'm deciding what I'm gonna try to do to make money. You know, what I'm gonna do with my friends, the people I hang out with. How do I get that over here? That's the question, I think. I am on top of the thing. Can I, like, sweep around here? Nope. Guess not. Most of the time when I'm choosing what to do in my day-to-day life, I don't think about the better world aspect to it all. But then when I'm, you know, writing books is my... Oh, what do I want to do here? There's a thing. Writing books is where I feel I'll leave my legacy on the world. Oh. Here. Oh yeah, there's a fence there. And so writing books is where I let myself think, okay, what is the great world that's better than what we have now? And how can I write interesting stories in it? Oh, this is a different kind of thing. Yeah. Well, guess what? It's gravity! There we go. If my brain seems a little scattered today, it's because it's at the end of a very busy weekend, and I'm about to go to bed. Maybe not the best time to play this game. Alright, so here we go. This is going to make all these puzzles more interesting, because we rotate the entire puzzle, basically. We open this, and there's a blue source. And what? How can we use the blue source? It seems the only way to open this is with a red connector. We need a connector through here to get the blue source, it seems. Now maybe there's something with gravity that makes it not so, but it definitely seems so. Is that the win? Yes, I see the disc there. So we need to be able to get to the blue source and have this door open. I mean, we can connect to it, but we have to... I don't see another connector anywhere. So maybe we have to do this with one? Is it possible to do it with one connector? We can't. If we could open the door from this side, we could see that to there. I'm just trying to think, where can we even see this laser source and that at the same time? As far as my brain can tell, it's only through this door. So that would mean we need another connector. I don't see another connector. We can bring the box back. We don't need this box anymore. There's not like a... yeah, nothing else out here, or else we wouldn't need the box. So we have a box. We can use it again. What happens if we try to put this on top of the box? It still works. Does it fall? Falls that way. Okay. I'm trying to think. Is there a place we could put it on a different surface? There is. Ah, gravity changing. And that door is a red herring. Wahaha! I almost dropped it off. Gotta be careful when jumping onto this. The shoe marks are in place. I think these gravity puzzles might make me a little more motion sick than usual. New interface content. So there's probably new technology, gravity manipulation. We've seen multiple cases of anti-gravity on the island. The potential industrial applications of this technology are staggering. So many of the challenges we face when trying to build involve gravity, moving things, lifting things, keeping things steady. One could say that a significant part of human history has just been a long struggle with gravity. With anti-gravity, all of these processes would become simpler and safer. A victory for humankind, as Byron would undoubtedly say. Yeah, for sure. Brings to mind the idea of space manufacturing, which is something that is a thing in a lot of sci-fi, including my books. But can't get out from here. I don't want to find out how far you can fall before you die. So let's just not die. I'm on a no-death run so far. In this game and in real life. Oh, that's pretty. Maybe that's thumbnail material. Here's one. It's chunky, metallic, what's it called? Concrete looking place. Chunky concrete. Swiss cheese concrete. It kind of looks like metal beams that I've seen somewhere. I don't know where. But it kind of looks like it could be, this structure is something I've seen made of metal. Are there any interactable things? Ah, yes. Now, does this plating move? Alright, let's send the box across. Sending the box across would be a bad idea. This makes gravity... Wait, what if we do this? Alright, grabs the box. And then is there a way to get the box over here? Well, I like how it shows where the box is gonna be. Alright, well hopefully we need the box to be up there. Where's the source? Maybe the source is on the other side? Yeah, there's the source. So we can attach here. Then can we see it from? And we have to be up there. Okay. We're gonna move this. There we go. Door is open. Now I kind of feel like we need both items over there. I just figured it out. Because you remember what we did with the box? Oh man, I feel like we're really getting into interesting puzzle territory. At least interesting potential with all these elements. So the thing about puzzle games is the more elements you have, it gets exponentially more complex. I sort of learned this while dabbling in making my own games when I was younger. I made a sliding box puzzle and just kept adding elements, adding new elements, and then combining them in new ways. And getting more puzzles.
That was well observed, 1K.
Thank you. What does that mean? This is how we get back. New interface content. Battery issues. Uh-oh. Stolo. That's somebody new. Sorry to be a grump, but what's going on with our battery tech? I had my battery replaced just a couple of years ago, and it's already constantly in need of recharging. I can't spend half my life in sleep mode. Is this really what we're coming to? This is exactly what we're coming to. Battery ingredients are rare. We can't scavenge further without building outposts. Herman shut down the mine project. What did everyone expect? You should learn to live with less. Sleep mode is a great time to meditate and think about our place in the universe. Do you really need to be active all the time? Come on, dude. You're just one of those people who thinks you're smart because you meditate, but you haven't actually had the revelations that come from looking inward and contemplating things. Let's not start to panic about a minor technical issue. Mistakes happen, Stolo. Please talk to Pellegrino or Neath about getting a replacement, which I'm sure will work a lot better. Yep, nope. We need more resources. We need more resources and research into better battery technology. Alright. I think I'm bushed for tonight. Bushed was once a word that means tired out. I don't know if it's still used that way, but I just did. Anyway, I'll be back soon. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Talos Principle 2 and other awesome games. I'll see you next time. Bye!